Distinguished guests, it gives me great pleasure to attend the first New Economy Forum. The global political and economic landscape is undergoing the most profound changes since the end of the Cold War. Incidents with international implications occur frequently, giving rise to many destabilizing factors and uncertainties. As both challenges and opportunities abound, we have come to a new historical crossroads. We are facing the challenge of sustaining world economic growth. Over the past 20 years, emerging economies have enjoyed robust development and become new engines of global growth, leading to changes in the international industrial landscape, economic relations, and trade. The structural problems of the world economy remain prominent. The momentum of sustainable growth is lacking, and old drivers are yet to be replaced by new ones. We are facing the challenge of evolving demographics. Population has kept expanding in the world. It is aging in some countries and regions, while getting younger in others. Acceleration of urbanization in developing countries has resulted in serious structural imbalance, with human needs exceeding the carrying capacity of resources and the environment, and new problems created by population flow. We are facing the challenge of climate change. It is exerting far-reaching and lasting impacts on human survival and development, creating more incidents of diseases, hunger, and natural disasters. It has also prompted more occurrences of conflicts. And such challenges are threatening the Earth, the shared home of mankind. We are also facing the challenge to governance capabilities as a result of scientific and technological advances. The new technological revolution is gaining momentum, including big data, the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, quantum information, and genetic technologies. Yet scientific discoveries and technological progress have always been a double-edged sword, posing unpredictable difficulties to human ethics, social security and stability, and national sovereignty and order. We are facing the challenge of worsening development imbalance. As technological innovation has made the world smaller, multinational companies are extending their industrial chains worldwide to maximize interests. While such moves have improved resource distribution, they have also caused a severe divergence between different regions and industries, increased tensions between capital and border, and widened the income gap. We are facing the challenge of insufficient governance of the world. In a world of increasingly complicated structure of interests, rapid development of new technologies and economies, and profound evolution of the international landscape, the existing governance mechanism of the world lags behind economic globalization and technological advances. We are facing the challenge of rising populism and unilateralism. Economic globalization has impacted traditional politics, economy, society, and culture. Such rapid changes have split some countries and societies. The polarizing left and right-leaning populism has manifested itself in political demand, which has led to unilateral policies against globalization and seriously affected the international political ecosystem. Having said that, challenges can also be turned into opportunities. The development of emerging economies has presented new drivers, a broad market for world economic development. Population evolution and migration is promoting the redistribution of global resources and industrial chain. Climate change governance is creating huge investment opportunities. The progress of medicine and bioscience is helping break new ground in medical services and public health. New technologies and markets are delivering more benefits to the society. New thinking and culture are giving us more inspirations for future development. The spread of education and new communication methods are involving more people in the discussions of public issues, promoting the transformation of governance mechanism. People's knowledge of themselves and the world has kept expanding. Leading a better life through peaceful development, reform, and innovation has become a more achievable objective for this generation than previous ones. In a fast-changing society, we need to think in historical, cultural, and philosophical terms. Carry forward the wisdom of past generations, adopt modern thinking, and carefully grasp the dynamic balance on our way forward.
Distinguished guests, the progress of mankind is always accompanied by all kinds of challenges and opportunities. What we need to do is follow the trend of the times, keep to the right direction, and stay the course. Peace and development must be advanced in order to create conditions for addressing the thorny issues in the world. Countries need to respect each other's choice of development path, enhance mutual understanding, build consensus, and resolve disagreements through consultation. Efforts should first be made at home through reform, opening up, and innovation to transform the growth model and improve income distribution so that the people can truly benefit from development. As a law of nature, a tide is often accompanied by the undertow. In such a world where countries with different strengths enjoy a strong foundation and broad prospects for cooperation, economic globalization as a historical trend will move forward despite some twists and turns. Negativity and anger are not the way to address the problems that have emerged in economic globalization. Nor will barriers or disputes help solve one's own problems. Instead, they would only exacerbate global market turbulence. Economic globalization is not a zero-sum game. In the face of disagreements and challenges, it is essential to step up equal consultation and cooperation by upholding the rules-based international order, because that is the only way to build an open world economy at a higher level. China rejects Cold War mentality and power politics. Instead, we believe that with mutual respect and support, we can make economic globalization more open, inclusive, and balanced so that its benefits are shared by all. And together, we will build a community with a shared future for mankind. Distinguished guests, socialism with Chinese characteristics has entered a new era. Given that history, the present, and the future are closely related, One needs to learn about China's history and culture in order to understand its choice of path, theory, and system, and how they are supported by the Chinese culture. China could not have achieved so much in its reform and opening up over the past 4 decades without the tremendous efforts made since the founding of the PRC nearly 70 years ago. But to understand the history of those 70 years, one has to go back to the year 1840, when China was bullied and oppressed by imperialist powers. Since then, the unyielding Chinese people have been fighting to once again stand on their own feet and achieve prosperity and strength. With diligence, wisdom, thriftiness, courage, inclusiveness, and openness in its DNA, the Chinese nation has gone through great ups and downs and fostered 5,000 years of uninterrupted civilization. Its unique history and culture determines that China has to blaze a trail of its own. In the history of mankind, rejuvenation is for those who have had a glorious past. The main challenge facing today's China is that the unbalanced and inadequate development fails to satisfy people's growing desire for a better life. The Chinese economy, having experienced high-speed growth, is now moving towards high-quality growth. We are still a large developing country and will continue to run our own house well, promote economic, political, cultural, social, and ecological progress in a coordinated manner, and act on the new development approach. We are certain that China will enjoy a healthier, more balanced, and promising future. A country's foreign policy is determined by its domestic agenda. Yesterday, the first China International Import-Expo opened in Shanghai, where Chinese President Xi Jinping delivered an important speech titled "Work Together for an Open Global Economy that is Innovative and Inclusive." China will stay committed to its policy of opening up, let the market work its charm, and create more development opportunities for the world. Guided by the principle of consultation, cooperation, and benefits for all, China will work to promote the Belt and Road Initiative for the benefit of the people along the route. As a staunch supporter of the multilateral trading regime, China will implement trade and investment liberalization and facilitation policies of high standards and support needed reform of the WTO. We call for proper settlement of international issues based on rules and consensus, and stand firmly against unilateralism and trade protectionism. While integrating itself into the international community, China is keen to enhance mutual understanding of each other's past and present with other countries, thus deepening mutual trust and mutual learning, for greater cooperation in seizing opportunities and addressing challenges. The world today faces many major problems that require close cooperation between China and the United States. It is our firm belief that China and the U.S. will both gain from cooperation and lose from confrontation. Our relationship will have a direct impact on global stability and development. Trade and economic cooperation remain the anchor and propeller of a steady and healthy China-U.S. relationship, which is, in essence, mutually beneficial. China will stay calm and sober-minded, embrace greater openness, and work for mutual benefit. Both China and the U.S. would love to see greater trade and economic cooperation. The Chinese side is ready to have discussions with the U.S. on issues of mutual concern and work for a solution on trade acceptable to both sides. Distinguished guests, identifying problems is aimed at resolving problems. While doing so, one should not lose sight of the progress that has been made. In such a world of uncertainties, one thing that is certain is the trend of economic globalization and multilateralism. I hope that at the end of this forum, there will be consensus to jointly tackle challenges and seize opportunities, and greater confidence in the future of the world economy. In closing, I wish this forum a full success. Thank you.